If you've heard of the Old Republic, you've probably heard of Revan. The Sith Lord seems to capture the attention of Star Wars fans in a way not many Legends characters do. He's one of those characters that even casual fans with only cursory knowledge of Legends will often recognize. What is it about Revan that gave him this level of intrigue? In this guide, we'll dive into the complex story of Revan and what makes him such a great Legends character. Hi everyone, my name is Nathan Emery, content creator here at Youtini, and for the next few minutes, I'll be your guide to all things Revan. It goes without saying that this guide will include spoilers for content about Revan, especially the Knights of the Old Republic video game, comic series, and the Old Republic Revan novel. So if you're looking to get into any of those in the future and haven't yet, definitely do that first. With that said, let's jump into the story of Revan in Legends, and then I'll give you a quick rundown of his status in canon. Revan is a human male who was born around 3994 BBY, most likely in the Outer Rim territories, and was discovered by the Jedi Order to be Force-sensitive and taken for training. Revan trained under several masters alongside fellow student Alec. Revan and Alec both achieved the rank of Jedi Knight, and Revan was a powerful knight upon the start of the Mandalorian Wars. So in 3964 BBY, Mandalorian warriors invaded the Outer Rim, bringing the Mandalorian Wars to the galaxy at large. The Jedi Order refused to involve the Jedi with the war, but Revan disagreed. Revan disobeyed council guidance and traveled to the battle to scout enemy positions along with Alec and a number of other followers. Eventually, Revan gained a sort of cult following within the Republic. His supporters called him the Revanchist, portraying him as a hero to whom the Jedi Council refused to listen. The conflict between Revan's movement and the Council continued, with the Council eventually issuing an ultimatum to Revan and his supporters. However, as Revan is receiving the Council's message, he sees a Mandalorian helmet on the ground and picks it up. It gives a vision in the Force of a genocide, and Revan dons the mask, getting the look he is known for. After the genocide, the Council begins to acknowledge the horrors of the war and sanction Revan's efforts to combat the Mandalorians. The Revanchist warriors join the Republic army in fighting the Mandalorians. However, Revan's travels at one point lead him to Malachor V, the site of a Sith learning temple where his seduction to the dark side begins. Eventually, Revan duels Mandalore, the leader of the Mandalorian forces, one-on-one. Mandalore, in a defeat to Revan, reveals that he was influenced to start the war by a red-skinned Sith. After the war is officially over, Revan and Malak set out to discover the truth of this Sith threat. Their travels eventually lead them to Sith Emperor Vitiate, who twists their minds to become servants of the Dark. Thus are born Darth Revan and Darth Malak, Dark Lords of the Sith. Soon after, on a mission for the Emperor, the two break free of his hold but are still under the influence of the dark side. They plan a campaign against the Republic and begin carrying out missions with the goal of creating a stronger Republic under their rule. Eventually, the Jedi Order sets a trap for Revan and captures him, then wipes his mind and gives him the identity of a soldier of the Republic. This is where the game Knights of the Old Republic begins. Revan ultimately draws out his memories to find Malak, who's still a Dark Lord, and attempts to bring him back to the light before ultimately defeating him in battle. Revan is then offered to be taken under the tutelage of a master to rejoin the Jedi Order, but he refuses. Instead, he is awarded the rank of Jedi Master for his contributions to the war, but he gets married and is thus ordered not to spread his beliefs. Ultimately, Revan takes part in several battles and campaigns afterward, but that's about all for the important part of Revan's story. So how much of this is canon? Not much. Revan was re-established as canon in the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary in 2019. This reference book was written by Pablo Hidalgo, an expert on canon and continuity for the Lucasfilm Story Group, so we can be confident in his re-establishment in canon. However, we can't know how much of his story from Legends is meant to carry over. We'll just have to wait and see if we get content on Revan in the future. So there you have it, that's the main story of Revan. As you can see, there's so much more to the character beyond the cool Darth Revan appearance that we often see in figures and other mentions. So if you're interested in learning more about Revan, be sure to check out the Knights of the Old Republic video game where his story is told in the majority. He also shows up for a few key mysterious appearances in the Knights of the Old Republic comic series, as well as in the Old Republic Revan and Darth Bane Path of Destruction. Specifically, in Path of Destruction, Revan himself doesn't appear, but Bane discovers Revan's holocron, which is a significant part of his story. So if you're interested in diving into any of these materials or just learning more about Legends and the Star Wars Expanded Universe in general, be sure to head on over to youtini.com and check out our many guides to the world of Star Wars books and comics. And if you're looking for a community as passionate about the expanded universe as you are, be sure to head on over to youtini.com/discord to join our positive and growing Discord community. Thanks for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.